Hello and welcome to the Surly Sock Gamer Club. This is Jason, aka GreywolfZX's, and this is day 19 of my Xbox modding project. So today I want to actually concentrate on changing out the LEDs in the front. As much as I'm an Xbox fan, am not a fan of the green color. So I want to swap out the LEDs in that guy and do like a blue and red instead of a green and red. Some other people obviously have done this before me, and so I brought these up just to review. And if you read down here, you see that you have to have common cathode LEDs, not common anode. And I bought the LEDs back before I started this whole project, and so I could not remember which ones I have. So I found the bag, or found one of the bags, because I know I bought the wrong ones to begin with, and so then I bought another bag of 100 of them, and so this is the first bag I found, and I can't read the Chinese lettering at the top, so I've got to figure out whether these are common cathode or common anode. And one of the things this tells the difference. Your common anodes will take a positive on the common pin, and the common cathodes take a negative. Switch back. So we can test this by doing continuity and diode check, which they were touching each other. And so our center pin is the one we want to test with. If it is a common cathode, then the black should go in the center and the red should go on one of the outsides, and we should get some light. So, oh yeah, you can see it on the top camera. So we got that there, and not getting anything. So let's try it this way. And it looks like I successfully found the common anodes. The color doesn't show up as well on that camera, but blue and red it is. Alright, so I guess I will pause the video and go start digging around and see if I can find the other ones. Alright, so just as I was about to give up, I found the final box that had a whole nother bag of dual color LEDs in them. And geez, can't get a good, wow. Really not reaching out there well. So let's make sure I didn't make the same mistake twice. Remove you from my tape. Let's throw this guy down there. Whoop. And part of the reason I have it facing away from the camera is so that you can see that there's 3 different sizes on the legs there, because that will help us recognize it's going to be real easy to spin this, have it this way versus this way, because the center pin is the same. The longer of the 2 legs is going to be probably red, but anyway, I'm going to try and remember that so that I can get that correct inside the Xbox, because I'd still like the red to be the red, what it should be, but I want the blue to be the standard blue. Now, something I kind of glossed over earlier, this is the diode tester. It's really testing if electricity is flowing one direction. But my point to this story is that you normally don't get the LED to light up by throwing on a multimeter. Well, or maybe you do. I mean, you're putting current through it, and the multimeter puts out a very small amount of current, which just happens to be enough to light the LED, evidently. You can throw a battery on it, but without some sort of resistance, and I've done this personally, just taking a standard LED and throwing it on a, trying to think of what voltage battery I was going with, because I think I had a 9-volt LED and a 9-volt battery, and without a resistor to limit the current flow, your LED will just blow up. And it takes a second, and I did it for fun, and yeah, it happens. All right, so let's test this time. See if we got the right ones. We'll start by testing for what we don't want to have happen. Okay, no light. That's a good sign. Let's put the negative on the center pin, and hopefully we get, and it lights up. All right. So I did successfully, in one of my purchases, buy the right ones. So now I know, get rid of this bag. Not like I'm going to throw them away, but they're not for this project. And these guys are those guys are the trick. All right, let me turn this off real quick. So now the next big part of this is taking this Xbox apart. For some reason, I always forget and keep trying to do the same mistake, which is to take this front panel off because I think the circuit board's right behind it, and you can get to the front panel from the bottom. That's not true. You pop this off, and all you've done is remove this glossy kind of finish plate. To get it apart, you have to pull everything out of the Xbox and pull the shielding, I believe, because it is up and behind. I got everything in the way. And so, yeah, I can't really see down there because lighting's bad and this camera is really a piece of junk. But yeah, those yellow cables go through to the circuit board. Whoop. And it is behind the shield. So basically, you have to take everything out of the Xbox to get to that circuit board. At least that's my understanding of it. I wasn't going to film this whole part because that's really boring. So I'll start with it, and if I find that I was wrong or contradictory, I'll put the camera back on.